Guys, this is Sherry. Welcome back to Sherry Makes Sense. Thank you for joining me again on this pre-baby step series. Today I'm going to be talking to you about the spending analysis. If you haven't already seen, check out the videos I have posted previously. There is a preparation, written budget, and a sinking fund video. But again, today this is going to be about our spending analysis. Now, this is something that is kind of scary, but it's extremely important to be aware of. And a lot of the times when I've talked to family and friends and they ask me, how much should I be spending on our groceries or gas money, the number one thing I always tell them is you need to write down what your spending habit is and evaluate that. So go back over the past 6 months, collect all your data, whether it's through your bank statements, bills, just wherever you get that information from, you need to have that in front of you. So again, this probably should already be in front of you if you've already done your written budget, but I think I actually started with my spending analysis. So I started with the spending analysis before I even did the budget, and it's a little bit out of order, but that's okay. So you have all your data for you. Make sure and have your data in front of you before you start the spending analysis. And then what I did next was I have categories per each month, and this is the part where it takes a little bit more time, because what I did specifically was for each bank statement, let's say I started back in June of last year, from June till 6 months, so January, I took each of my bank statements and I went through every single one. I printed it out, and then on the actual statement I wrote whether it was for groceries or gas or personal money, was it for savings, just whatever category that you think it fits into, you list it out. And I have everything on a spreadsheet. I'm going to insert some photos for you guys so you can check that out. What to do just from the photos itself. And when I went back to look at my spending analysis, I got really confused because it's just a lot of information, just a lot of data. But when you do it for yourself, whatever format that you decide to do it in and that works for you and how you process in your mind, just write it out so that you know what you need as far as your money for each category. So again, once you have the categories, then you want to take an average of each category for that 6 months and find what that average is. So for example, let's take a gas. So for my gas, I averaged about $966, and I actually did 8 months. So 966 divided by 8 months came to about $120 per month. And that is, even when I go and look back at my statements, gas is pretty consistent for me and my husband. We are pretty good about keeping it at that amount. The category that we have a little bit of trouble with is the groceries, because I know last year in 2015, I was working at the time also, and we had a lot of different things going on in our life. So a lot of the times where it looked like it was grocery money, it was probably a combination of groceries, eating out, and just spending recklessly. So all the information isn't as accurate as I'd like it to be, but just be, whatever you have on hand, just take from that and do the best that you can. So for our groceries, that for over 8 months, we spent about $3,800, which is crazy. So it roughly came down to about $476 a month, and what I decided was we could really cut back on that. So I made it $400 a month, and it's been working out really well for us because I'm more diligent about tracking how we're spending the money, dividing it into like $100 per week, and also making sure that we're actually using the food that we buy, so not spending recklessly if we possibly can. The next thing you want to do with your spending analysis, once you have all the information, is you want to actually apply it to your written budget. So the topics that I covered were the gas and the groceries. Those are pretty easy. You can apply that there. Again, it just depends on your categories as far as what you want to keep. So in the beginning of these baby steps, you definitely want to make as much cutbacks as you possibly can, cutting out any of the excess. The only things that we kept as far as the leisure and the fun stuff was our personal money, and we have like a $10 entertainment fund, we have a $40 eating out fund. We just kept things really small and tight as possible compared to what we actually averaged spending last year. So it was a huge cutback for us, but when I did the spending analysis, I didn't even include what we spent on our credit cards. That was something that if I went into that, it would just be way too much information and way too confusing. So do what you have to do for you and make it work for you and your family, but also be realistic. Like if you're spending way over budget, find where you can make those cutbacks. So having this spending analysis for my family and I has definitely helped as far as realizing how excessive we are in our spending. It baffled me, just our eating out for 1 month last year was almost $600. And I know we were going through a lot of medical and personal stuff at the time, but I also feel like that's kind of no excuse for overspending and being reckless with our money. Hopefully you have gotten more information from this and it's helpful to you. If you have any comments, please let me know what you did, if you've done a spending analysis, or if this has encouraged you to do one. Let me know how it goes, if you have any questions as far as putting it together. I, again, love this topic. I'm looking forward to the next coming videos for you as well. And I will see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching. Bye.